Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the April 30, 2025 special board meeting of the Halton District School Board. I would like to extend a special welcome to our guests, both in person and online. We will start with the roll call. Vice Chair Oliver.
Good evening, everyone.
Trustee Ahmed.
Yes, good evening.
Trustee Amos.
Hello, everyone.
Trustee Baxter.
Good evening.
Trustee Bryden.
Good evening.
Trustee Daniele.
Thank you, I am here.
Trustee Gray.
Hello.
Trustee Rocha.
Hello.
Trustee Shuttleworth. Hi. And Trustee Zhang.
Good evening.
Director Ennis, please let us know which staff are in attendance this evening.
Good evening, trustees, and good evening, everyone. I have Manager of Governance and Board Services, Carolina Cowan, here to support the meeting.
Thank you very much. Tonight I will be honoring the land. We begin by acknowledging the land and our responsibility to care for and respect all that provides us with life. This land upon which HDSB is situated is on the ancestral treaty and title lands of the Anishinaabe, Ojibwe, Michizagi Nation, now known as the Mississaugas of the Credit. Michizagi territory in the past and present continues to host both Indigenous and non-Indigenous peoples. The HDSB is committed to continuous knowledge building with respect to actions that address and resolve the ongoing impacts of colonialism. We do this by learning and understanding the true history, treaty obligations, duties and responsibilities, and Indigenous rights, while actively maintaining mutually beneficial relationships and collectively respecting and caring for the land. Since this is a special board meeting, there are no opportunities to adjust the agenda. Now we are up to item 1.3, approval of the agenda. Trustee Rocha, would you make a motion to approve the agenda, please?
I so move.
And Trustee Baxter, would you like to second that motion?
Yes, please.
Are there any objections to approving the agenda? Seeing none, the agenda is approved by unanimous consent. Are there any declarations of possible conflict of interest for this evening's meeting? Seeing none, we are now up to item 3.0, candidate interviews, Trustee Oakville, Wards 5 and 7. Our first candidate for this evening has withdrawn. Director Ennis, would you please invite the next candidate forward?
Will do. At this time, I'd like to invite Susan Doyle Shazar to come forward.
So to work the microphone, you press the button and this red light will come on.
Now it's on. Is that okay?
So welcome, Susan, to your interview for the position of trustee for Oakville, Wards 5 and 7. Each interview is being timed and will not exceed 10 minutes. Each of the 4 questions will be read aloud by the vice chair and displayed on the screen. Pace your answers accordingly. 4 questions in a total of 10 minutes. Trustees Ahmed and Amos and Daniele are participating remotely, so all 11 trustees are participating in these interviews.
Great. Question 1. What is your understanding of the role of school board trustee?
Thank you for the question. And the mic is okay? Wonderful. Thank you so much, everyone. So the understanding of the role of the school board trustee, our public education system is essentially founded on a quality of education for everyone. And I think fundamentally, that's where the board's role plays from a governance perspective, a policy board perspective, to ensure that that happens across the board. In the English public sector, we do that within a framework and obviously operate within the standards set by the province through the Education Act to ensure services remain responsive to the diverse communities, of course, that we serve. Trustees advocate, effectively steward resources, primary responsibility, what the public, of course, pays attention to. But our purpose as locally elected trustees every 4 years is to ensure there's a link with the community and the school board. Madam Chair, your opening remarks at the inaugural meeting in November described the multi-year strategic plan rooted in equity, collaboration, accountability, transparency, integrity, and empathy. All really important statements that I believe is the purpose fundamentally of the trustees' role for the board. Also, we must address concerns, restraints, risks, and help align parents, students, and staff rooted in those fundamental values that get carried forward. We're grounded in central goals, of course, improving student achievement, well-being, ensuring safe and inclusive learning environments, and of course, building public trust. We see what's happening in the media and with other school boards right now, so particularly paying attention to this. But there's also many very tactical responsibilities. I don't think you want me to read those to you, but in terms of attending board meetings, participating on committees would make me very excited. As a member, current member of the Parent Involvement Committee, familiar with that engagement, but also acting in line with the board and decisions and voting of the board. And I'll get into that in the next statement in terms of my experience, board experience, and understanding that dynamic and the importance of collaboration and consensus building on a board to be effective to bring your strategy forward. Also, in terms of evaluating progress of board goals, strategic planning, budget setting, and overseeing performance measurement, both of the director respectfully and the performance of the board in whole. So I think I would also add, I don't see the student trustees here tonight, to create a welcome, opening, safe environment for student trustees as well, to learn and develop their skills and be valuable contributors as well to the board and the broader community, and setting them up, of course, for success. I believe I have a solid understanding of the trustees' roles without having to read to you the very tactical things that they do. But I'm also humble enough to recognize that in my own quest for knowledge, there's a learning that would have to come to expand my understanding in a tactical manner to be able to implement those duties. Does that answer your question?
Thank you. Question 2. How familiar are you with the HCSB's 2024 to 28 multi-year strategic plan? And will you have challenges in supporting and upholding any part of it? If so, please elaborate.
Thank you for the question. I would start by saying the number one reason I put my hand up for this role and this opportunity at this time is because of the multi-year strategic plan. I think it's an incredible document that sets a course and tells a story for our community that we can all strive towards. As a mother of 3 individuals in the Halton District School Board, and I can get into some storytelling later, every single one of those commitments resonates with me as a parent, also as a local community member. I'm involved in the Parent Involvement Committee, so I was highly involved in the engagement, of course, in developing the plan and rolling out the plan, which I've been very proud to do that and speak to that in the community. But I'll just speak to 3 of the commitments quite briefly. Equity and inclusion and reducing gaps to ensure achievement. I was also watching I think it was the last board meeting where we were talking about graduation coaches and the fear of losing graduation coaches going forward, and the fundamental opportunity that provides to our students, how important that is, and how that would be embedded in that commitment, and how can we, as stewards of resources, really commit to what we're seeing. I keep pointing at the wall. I think you figured that out. How we can really commit to those 6 commitments in tangible ways and make sure that they continue. I mentioned I'm a mom in the system. I'm also a queer mom in the system. And knowing that my children are safe and they have parents that are accepted in the system is very reassuring for us in the Halton District School Board. The other one is Indigenous rights. What I do in my professional world is marry eco-education and Indigenous land-based learning. And I think it's honorable that we have that as a part of the commitments in the Halton District School Board, and not only as a statement for students, but a statement to support teachers and to support the staff to be able to learn and grow and engage and incorporate those learnings and those teachings in a very I would say, traditional Western way of teaching going forward. So I'm very excited about that with the work that I do professionally, but also the 6th commitment around kindness, connection, and community kudos to all of you for adding that as the sixth commitment. It's interesting because the work I do professionally is looking at eco-anxiety and reconnecting kids back to community, back to social engagement. And the one thing we learned in our research with Trent last year was bold kindness is the answer to that. And when I saw that we committed to kindness, connection, and community, it draws on the research I was seeing with Trent University on our eco-education side as well. So it's incredible to see that, but also it's a statement to the culture we want to breed within the school board. And that's a really strong statement to say, this is what's expected going forward, and this is how you should show up, feel, and expect to be able to be comfortable, safe in your environment if these commitments ring true. So thank you for that. And then my final thing I will say, I love your video. You guys are fun and engaging in your video, but you speak to the United Nations SDGs, and you don't often hear enough about that. And that's the work I do, incorporating the SDGs into the work professionally. So to know that that's a commitment not only at the student level, but at the staff level across the board, and how that can be incorporated going forward into the goals and the measurements excites me as well. So do I have a challenge upholding it? Not at all. I will more than praise the plan going forward.
Thank you. Question 3.
Yes.
Please tell us about your experience with the HDSB as well as your experience with any other boards and how this will help you in the role of trustee.
Fantastic. 2 minutes left. Wow. Experience with the Halton District School Board. I have 3 kids in the elementary school system. Senior kindergarten who's in the CALP program, has a learning challenge, is experiencing the CALP program. I have someone in grade 2, French immersion stream, has a significant speech delay and is being supported through speech therapy, OC therapy in the school. And I also have a grade 5 student in French immersion who has had significant injury and as a result anxiety and trauma from that, and is receiving support through her school. So not just from an academic, not just as a mom, but as a recipient of support services as well through the school board. I don't think we would have been able to get through some of those challenges without the school board. So thank you. Also, I mentioned I'm on the local school council. I'm on the PIC committee. Within the PIC committee, I was on the calendar and website committees. I was at the PIC conference. I met some of you there. That was so much fun. And a donor of the Halton Learning Foundation. I don't know if that's a conflict, but I wanted to disclose that. There. Okay. Experience with any other boards. I have spent my entire career, if you look at my CV, in the nonprofit and charitable sector. So I'm well versed in not only participating and reporting to boards on subcommittees, but also as an executive leader. I currently sit as a CEO of a foundation that reports to board of directors, so very comfortable in that position. I've also worked in executive roles with boards in healthcare, in community care, in community services, advocating for all of those things. I've also sat on boards in our local community, and I'm currently a coach of some nonprofit, small nonprofit organizations in our community, helping to develop those executive directors and those strategic plans. As well, I have formal training from Harvard University Executive Education in the nonprofit and board space, particularly mobilizing nonprofit boards and effective performance management of boards. So all of that, used to Robert's Rules of Order, strategic planning, setting goals, performance management, budget setting, management, monitoring, risk management, policy development. I have emergency media training and supporting performance of executive leaders, and I'm out of time.
Thank you, Susan. Yes, you have run out of time. Thank you very much for your interest in this position. We will be notifying all applicants once we have chosen an appointee, which will be later tonight. So please keep your phone on, and I will be calling the appointee. So if your phone rings and it's me,
Yeah.
answer it.
Awesome. Thank you all so much. Sorry I didn't get to answer all the questions, but good luck tonight. I know it's a marathon last night and tonight. Best of luck and thank you.
Just confirming you are Arish Ghazal? Oh, okay. Yes, please.
Yes,
Thank you so much. Welcome.
thank you.
Welcome, Arish, to your interview for the position of trustee for Oakville Wards 5 and 7. Each interview is being timed and will not exceed 10 minutes. Each of the 4 questions will be read aloud by the vice chair and displayed on the screen. Pace your answers accordingly. 4 questions in a total of 10 minutes. Trustees Ahmed, Amos, and Daniele are participating remotely, so all 11 trustees are participating in these interviews.
Great, thank you.
First question. What is your understanding of the role of school board trustee?
I believe the role of the school board trustee is incredibly important to building a cohesive, represented, and equitable community and school environment. It's a role that centers student achievement and well-being, but also one that connects our beautiful and diverse communities together. It's a role that builds understanding and connection, builds responsibility over use of resources and community voices, as well as one that understands effectiveness of the programs that are being offered. A trustee is, I believe, someone who is also well known in their community through their engagement efforts and in making sure policies and programs benefit all students and align with the community needs. And equally important is ensuring that the communities represented understand the board policies. It's a big and vital role, and I believe that it comes with a lot of humility.
Question 2. How familiar are you with the HCSB's 2024 to 28 multi-year strategic plan? And will you have challenges in supporting and upholding any part of it? If so, please elaborate.
I am familiar with the multi-year plan and its 6 commitments. All of them, the learning and engagement, achievement, equity, inclusion, human rights, mental health and well-being, environmental and global citizenship. And I believe that all of these values resonate personally with me. And I don't believe I'll have challenges upholding any part of the multi-year plan, deeply committed to the value that it brings, and in terms of the improvements to the school and the communities from a strategic lens.
Question 3. Please tell us about your experience with the HCSB, as well as your experience with any other boards, and how this will help you in the role of trustee.
Absolutely. Over the last decade or so, I've been a dedicated volunteer across multiple school communities within Halton. I bring a deep understanding of the educational landscape, a strong commitment to equity and student success, and a proven ability to lead collaboratively, transparently, and in alignment with the needs of our diverse communities. Since 2016, I actively contributed to school councils, including serving in leadership roles like chair, co-chair, treasurer, and secretary. In each of these capacities, I've worked closely with families, educators, and administrators to support school improvement plans and initiatives, organize large community events, and promote inclusive engagement. I also served on the last Boundary Review Committee, where I participated in data-driven analysis, interpreted planning scenarios, represented the interests of students and families during a pivotal time of change. These experiences definitely strengthened my ability to evaluate policy decisions through a strategic lens, while ensuring that community voices are respectfully represented. I played a key role in coordinating local community events, such as the Halton District School Board Big Conference. Managing such events requires meticulous coordination, stakeholder engagement, and strategic communication, all skills that are incredibly important, I believe, to the trustee role. In my time at P.L. Robertson, as well as Elsie McGill's school councils, I contributed to meaningful change towards student and community safety after a student was hit and injured while crossing the crosswalk on Barty Street at Elsie McGill, and after losing our crossing guard at P.L. Robertson. Advocating for these changes wouldn't have been easy without collaborating and engaging with school principals, school council, community partners and parents, such as community partners such as Halton Police in that case, trustees, as well as regional counselors to ensure that community concerns are heard and are addressed. It was an excellent example of how transparent and honest lines of communication can lead and bring about positive change that impacts entire community. A direct result of this work enabled expedited construction of a multi-use asphalt pathway on the south side of Bronte Street, as well as enhanced crosswalk signal lights and longer signal light timer too for the students when they cross. Because at the end of the day, I believe that we are all elected and appointed to serve the parents, the students, the taxpayers, as well as the public school system. Our impact reach extends farther than just within our school walls. Some other projects and committees that I've worked on at PL Robertson would be the Power of a Name project. It was an initiative that was initiated by school council to highlight the importance of pronouncing people's names correctly, especially given the nature of our diverse communities and the importance of encouraging everyone to come and show up to be their true, authentic self. I also participated in a video contribution to the HDSB kindergarten program, highlighting the benefits of the program. I also served as a parent representative on Elsie Miguel's Mental Health and Wellbeing Committee as a parent representative. Through my work with the committee, I introduced the Wellbeing Ambassador program at Elsie, which has been adopted to raise awareness about mental health and well-being at a school level through student leadership. It's a program that was designed to create awareness for students, for staff, as well as community by sharing well-being tips and activities. It's a program about encouraging students and staff and community to also pay attention to their own well-being while keeping in mind that small changes and small improvements can lead up to bigger changes over time. This initiative obviously directly builds on the HDSB mental health and well-being strategy. From a professional experience, really quickly, my professional experience spans across different spheres and disciplines. I have experience in project management, human resources, as well as interpretation. My experience as a freelance interpreter and cultural broker helped me shape the ability to assess complex information, communicate effectively with diverse individuals, and navigate sensitive situations with discretion and professionalism, skills that are directly transferable to a trustee role. My experience in project management and HR across the role that I held over the last 10 years equipped me with the ability to analyze policies, develop solutions, and build strong partnerships to achieve strategic objectives. During my time at Rogers Communications, I implemented and managed programs, events, and trainings to promote and enhance physical, mental, social, and emotional well-being of all employees. In addition to my work in the safety and well-being space, I had the privilege during my time at Rogers to support accessibility initiatives by launching an accessibility gap analysis, a feedback mechanism, as well as an accessibility plan launch, ensuring compliance with the Accessibility for Ontarians with Disabilities Act. I also spearheaded impactful events during my work at Rogers to the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Department. I had the privilege of leading 2 employee resource groups. One was Rogers Women of Color, and one was Muslims at Rogers. In both roles, I worked closely with other employee resource groups to ensure that we are collaborating and intersectional where possible to help build a more equitable and inclusive culture for all employees. As a parent, community advocate, and seasoned council leader, I am passionate about the power of public education to drive positive outcomes and create equitable opportunities for all learners. I'd be honored to share my experiences and dedication and collaborative spirit with the rest of the team.
And question 4. What makes you stand out as the best choice to effectively represent the Oakville community as trustee for wards 5 and 7?
I believe that my professional and volunteer experience in Halton region is what really makes me stand out as the best choice to represent the Oakville community for wards 5 and 7. I worked with many schools in Oakville, as well as in Burlington, Georgetown, Milton, and other towns and cities across Halton in my line of work as an interpreter and cultural broker. And I got to build connections there. Really everywhere I went, I built a connection, whether it's the school or the parents or the students. And through these connections, I've been able to see and hear more about the challenges and the opportunities that schools, students, and parents face on a daily basis. Experiences that, not a lot of us might be able to get otherwise. I believe that small actions can definitely lead to bigger changes, and those small actions that we do every day end up making that big difference, and I hope to be a part of it. Thank you, Chair, Trustees, and Director and staff for the interview. Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much. We do still have a few minutes if you wanted to expand on any of the things that you've already told us. If not, I can see if there's any questions from trustees.
I can take questions.
Okay, is there any? Go ahead, Robbie.
You mentioned working in schools as an interpreter. Are you employed by the school board or contracted by the school board in any circumstance?
So contracted by the school board, not directly. I work with an organization called Halton Multicultural Connections, and the school board uses their services to interpret for parents. And maybe I can add, also as a cultural broker, I provide understanding of cultural contexts, cultural nuances when meeting with parents or with students in the actual classroom.
Thank you very much, and you used your time very effectively.
That's right.
Thank you for your interest in this position. We will be notifying all applicants once we have chosen an appointee, and I will be personally phoning the appointee later this evening. So if you get a phone call, make sure your ringer's on and you hear it. Okay?
Sounds good. Thank you very much. Have a great
Bye.
evening.
Hello, welcome. Just confirming you are Milena Hadzega? Okay, thank you.
Welcome, Milena, to your interview for the position of trustee for Oakville Wards 5 and 7. Each interview is being timed and will not exceed 10 minutes. Each of the 4 questions will be read aloud by the vice chair and displayed on the screen. Pace your answers accordingly. 4 questions in a total of 10 minutes. Trustees Ahmed, Amos, and Daniele are participating remotely, so all 11 trustees are participating in this interview.
Red light comes on.
Hello. Oh, now I can hear too. Excellent.
Okay. Question 1. What is your understanding of the role of school board trustee?
My understanding of Halton District School Board trustee is being a member of this board. The trustees of the board are advocates for public education. The board is a connection between the community, the municipal counterparts to education, and lastly, the municipal counterparts to education liaising local members of provincial parliament. And on a local level, trustees work on behalf of the community and must consider the unique needs of their community when deciding on any particular issue, and as well respecting fiduciary duty to the board.
Question 2.
Okay.
How familiar are you with the HCSB's 2024 to 28 multi-year strategic plan? And will you have challenges in supporting and upholding any part of it? If so, please elaborate.
So I'm familiar with the Halton District School Board 2024-2028 multi-year strategic plan, and I do not have any challenges. I fully support and uphold the plan that is in place. This plan actually aligns with my views, and especially creating the needed spaces for our students to be effective at their learning and engagements and achievements, as well as the staff at every school and board to be effective at their work and to meet in the middle in creating successful learning environments. The strategies play a significant role to the community, especially the kindness, connection, and community strategy, where promotion of empathy, respect, and trust within our relationships come in place. The Indigenous rights and education is our duty to honor this land, our land, and reconciliate. The next is the human rights, equity, and inclusion strategy. That is the evolution that we as humans need to work on every single day and break all barriers and hold ourselves accountable together. The next, mental health and well-being strategies, another strategy that I value, and we all need to stay healthy, strong together, and support each other. These strategies are complex, and only when we consciously work on them together, every day we're able to succeed in creating our world to be a better place for all of us now and in the future and our future generations.
Question 3. Please tell us about your experience with the HDSB, as well as your experience with any other boards, and how this will help you in the role of trustee.
So my experience with the Halton District School Board started 25 years ago when I moved to Canada and I was 15 years old, and I enrolled as a grade 11 student at Iroquois Ridge High School. In 2003, I graduated. Further along in 2014, my older daughter started her educational journey in Halton District School Board schools, as well as my younger daughter. And my older daughter, she's in grade 9 at Iroquois Ridge High School, and my younger one, she is at Joshua Creek Public School. And I was fortunate to work from home as a mother, and I was able to contribute and be active parent in a few different schools in Oakville, and volunteer on school council, promoting parent community with newcomers, engaging in fundraisers and school events. It was just using my background of me being a newcomer once upon a time and welcoming all the newcomers to our country and to our schools. I was lucky to meet a lot of amazing parents, families, and Halton District School Board staff that are very dear to me to this day. It's been 11 years and going strong. So my passion and drive for education leads to my commitment with the Halton District School Board, particularly shaping our children's future. I firmly believe that as parents, we set foundation for the values and principles that future generation will rely on to grow and thrive and be a valuable member of the community, small or large.
And question 4. What makes you stand out as the best choice to effectively represent the Oakville community as trustee for wards 5 and 7?
In terms of my qualifications, I hold a bachelor degree in business administration with over 20 years of extensive experience in different customer service positions across various settings. I do have a background as a coordinator with charitable gaming, where I collaborated with Ontario Lottery and Gaming Corporation, the municipality, and Oakville's Gaming Association. So I worked closely with that board, as well as I was part of the school boards. So I have an idea of that process. And from the experiences, I see the interconnectedness of the position as a trustee. It is really hard to say that I stand out because I believe that all candidates yesterday and today are the pillars of our community, and we all strive to give back to our community, our children, and our country the same way. We all stand out in our unique way based on our experiences. Bless you. It's okay. And I know that any of us would be the best choice to effectively represent Oakville community as a trustee for wards 5 and 7. So that would be a hard choice that you guys have to make.
Thank you very much. You do still have some time left if there was any supplemental information you'd like to present.
And I do not have any supplemental information that I need to present at this time. But I just would like to say thank you for this opportunity and for all of you and your hard work for the years that you've put in with the board, with the children, parents, the community, everybody really. Really the country and our world. So we go from small and then it's basically all about us, the world. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Melina? Trustee Gray.
Thank you very much. I looked at your resume that you submitted, and I noticed that you have a presence with the Super Athletes Ontario Incorporation. I just wonder, is that at arm's length because it is running summer school or summer activities for children? Is it at arm's length to the board? It's not connected in any way to the Halton District School Board, is it?
No, it's not.
No.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a separate entity of a non-for-profit organization that 2 years ago I started based on what aligns with me for children and them being active and supportive that active and activities and sports so they can grow healthy and play and grow their imagination. And that is something that I have created on my own because that's what I want to give back to community and the children and everybody that can use that.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Anyone else? Thank you very much, Melina, for your interest in this position. We will be notifying all applicants once we've chosen an appointee. And this evening I will be making a personal phone call to whoever the appointee is. So please keep your phone on in case you get a call. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much. You guys have a great night. Thank you. And do I turn off the mic? Yeah.
Good evening and welcome. Confirming you are William Gao?
Welcome, William, to your interview for the position of trustee for Oakville, Wards 5 and 7. Each interview is being timed and will not exceed 10 minutes. Each of the 4 questions will be read aloud by the Vice Chair and displayed on the screen. Pace your answers accordingly. 4 questions in a total of 10 minutes. Trustees Ahmed, Amos, and Daniele are participating remotely, so all 11 trustees are participating in these interviews.
Turn off. Oh, okay.
Question 1. What is your understanding of the role of school board trustee?
First, thank you for having me here this evening. From my understanding, the role of school board trustee focuses on 3 parts. The first part is trustees as to represent the interest of the community. They consult with parents, students, and other stakeholders to understand the community interest and needs. And then trustees bring those issues and concerns to the board attention and develop policies and programs that best serve these needs and the needs of the community. The second part of the role of the trustee is to oversee the school district to ensure that the school district operates effectively and efficiently. Firstly, trustee set policies and procedures for school district. Secondly, trustees approve budgets. Thirdly, trustees work with the administration to make sure that school district is achieving the commitments. The third part of the role of the school board trustee is to play a key role in feeding board decisions to the community, keeping the community informed, and persuade the community, the parent, and the student to follow the board decisions. That's all.
Question 2. How familiar are you with the HDSB's 2024 to 28 multi-year strategic plan, and will you have challenges in supporting and upholding any part of it? If so, please elaborate.
I am very familiar with HDSB 24 to 28 multiple year plan. The plan set 6 commitments. Compared to the 2020 to 2024 multiple year plan, there are 2 more key points here. First, 1 commitment was added, that is countless connection and community. Second, 1 objective was added to the commitment of environmental and global citizenship, that is to apply technology to support and enhance intellectual and social development. I think the 24 to 28 multiple year plan is perfect. I will do my utmost to support and uphold all parts of it. Particularly, I will uphold the human right, equity, and inclusion. Everyone deserves high quality education. Every student, regardless of their background or circumstances, has the support and the resources they need to reach their full potential.
Question 3. Please tell us about your experience with the HDSB, as well as your experience with any other boards, and how this will help you in the role of trustee.
I moved to Oakville from Mississauga in 2017 because my son attended the IP program in White Oaks Secondary School. Since then, I did my best to gain experience with HDSB. Firstly, I joined the Parent Involvement Committee of White Oaks, attended school council meetings, and observed HDSB meetings. Secondly, I participated in community events to find questions and concerns of the parents and students, and then contact the school board with these questions and concerns. Thirdly, I followed HDSB on social media so I can get school news, updates for students and parents and the community. This experience helped me in the role of trustee from 3 aspects. The first is help me to understand HSB operations, including its decision-making process, policy development, and interaction with staff and other stakeholders. The second aspect is help me to gain community insights. They allow me to connect with parents, students, and community members to gain deep understanding of their needs, their concerns, and their priorities. The third, it helped me to build a network which can be very helpful for me to carry out the responsibility of a trustee and further for future election campaigns for school trustee.
And question 4. What makes you stand out as the best choice to effectively represent the Oakville community as trustee for wards 5 and 7?
Besides my solid understanding of governance, my willingness to learn, and my strong leadership and communication skills, I am passionate about public education and motivated to contribute to the success of our school district. In addition, I would like to emphasize this. Firstly, I have been living in Oakville Ward 7 since 2017. My network has built up there, and I witnessed the development of Ward 7. I know that the education challenges there, like rapid population growth, overcrowded schools, shortage of teachers, and the lack of school buildings and resources. In addition, I know the community's needs, concerns, and priorities. This will help me in the role of a best trustee. Secondly, I am an engineer. Compared with candidates from education, from law, from business, and management, my thinking might be quite different. I will bring a fresh perspective to the board. In addition, I think my engineering background can be valuable assets for a school board trustee. My experience in project management, budgeting, and technical understanding can be particularly beneficial when addressing issues related to school infrastructure, technology, and operation efficiency. Thirdly, personally, I think I am a successful parent in terms of education. With the help from the good education system of HDSB. My son, Jerry Gao, was the student of excellence of 2021 from White Oaks. This year, he is admitted to Harvard University for graduate study. I know how to help a kid to achieve his goals in knowledge, in well-being, in social responsibility, in kindness, and inclusion. My experience in accompanying my son's growth up will greatly help me to be a good school board trustee.
Thank you very much. You do have a few seconds remaining if you wanted to present any supplemental information.
Oh, yes. Actually, I only have a kid, and right now, he is, grown up already. So I have bunch of time. So I think it's time for me to feedback to the community, to contribution to the society. So I will do everything to help HDSB, to help the parents to achieve the commitments.
Thank you very much. Your time has expired now. Thank you for using all of it.
Thank you.
We will be notifying all applicants once we have chosen an appointee, and I will be personally phoning the appointee this evening, so please keep your phone on in case you get a call.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Which microphone should I use? Oh, okay. A little bit closer. Good evening, everyone. My name is Rongmu, and you can call me Helen. It is my pleasure and my honor to be here tonight and having the opportunity to represent myself as a candidate for trustee of Oakville Ward 5 and 7.
Welcome, Rong, to your interview. Each interview is being timed and will not exceed 10 minutes. Each of the 4 questions will be read aloud by the Vice Chair and displayed on the screen. Pace your answers accordingly. 4 questions in a total of 10 minutes. Trustees Ahmed, Amos, and Daniele are participating remotely, so all 11 trustees are participating in these interviews.
Okay, thank you. So the timer start from the first questions, or it's going
The
right now?
timer started because you started speaking.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay. So I already received a question, so I can answer the first one. After receiving email from Carolina at office confirming my opportunity to attend the interview tonight, I had a chance to review the document she sent about the role and responsibility for the trustee. I also looked up online of the website of Ontario Education Act, and I summarized the policies which of my understanding of being a trustee. First of all, the HDSB Board of Trustees is responsible for governing the school board in the best interest of its all students in Burlington, Halton Hills, and Milton and Oakville. And the Board of Trustees provides oversight, direction, and decision-making through a governance process, which includes defining roles, relationships, structures, and process. Trustee is a member of the board. An individual trustee has no authority. Number 2, the Ontario Education Act outlines the board's responsibility for student achievement and the effective stewardship of resources in the section 169. And every board shall promote student achievement and well-being, promote a positive, inclusive school environment that accepts all students, promotes the prevention of bullying. The board shall ensure effective stewardship of the board's resources and deliver effective and proper education programs to students, promote the goals referred in the Education Act. Monitor and evaluate the effectiveness of policies developed by the board in achieving the goal. Develop a multi-year plan aimed at achieving the goal. Conduct annual review plan with the board's director of education, and monitor and evaluate the performance of board director of education in meetings. The last one, by receiving the emails sent to me by Carolina, I would like to acknowledge my commitment to attend board meetings every month on the monthly basis.
Question 2.
Okay. As a parent of the HDSB, I received emails from you, and we had a chance to provide our input and feedback when the initiative of multi-year strategic plan was in place. So I'm familiar with the plan 2024 to 2028. The purpose of HDSB MYSP 2024 to 2028 is to set direction and prioritize the collective actions of all students, staff, families, and community members. This plan ensures our effort as organization aligned and coordinated to support more than 67,000 students, 11,000 staffs, and the broader HDSB community. There are 6 commitments in the plan. Just like the simple picture we have on the HDSB website, we have some 6 commitments in the circle, and demonstrating each commitment clarifies its focus with each area. But no one commitment stands alone or above another one. In this way, all 6 commitments intersect and overlap to ensure we as a whole organization and take a cohesive approach to fulfilling objective for student achievement and well-being. So I will support the plan once the board approves it. As an individual trustee has no authority, and we must as a whole. My children have continuously been enrolled in the HDSB, and we live in Burlington for almost 11 years before moving to Oakville in 2021. I volunteer at the elementary school for the reading program when they're younger. So I was reading books to the grade 1 students at the elementary school. And 2023 and 2024, I expressed my interest in applying the parents' involvement community as a member to become more engaged. I understand there are a high number of applications for it. So I continue to be a parent volunteer on the school council. I have years of experience participating in the nonprofit organization that served local community. Right now, I'm the board member of the Navy League Oakville, which helps support the Royal Canadian Sea Cadets Oakville. And we are a group of parents volunteer. So our job is to support, maintain the cadets as a vibrant enterprise. Because the participation for the Sea Cadet is free. So we are the volunteers, and we must organize and plan fundraising events throughout the year to ensure we have sufficient funds to cover cadets' training, facilities, events, and other expense at no cost to the cadets' family. I'm the fundraising coordinator. So I help planning, executing fundraising events, including communicating with vendors. So these practical skills will assist me in the role as trustee if I'm selected. The last question, well, I have a deep connection with the school boundaries of Oakville wards 5 and 7. And my daughter attends Mount Public School, which located in Ward 5. And my son, he just graduated from Mount Public School last year, and he is a grade 9 student at Iroquois Secondary School. It's located in Ward 6. As a parent of one boy, one girl, I feel I have a better understanding of families with students of both genders, which helps me to listen to the parents whether they have a boy or a girl at home, whether they have a different expectations for boys and girls. So Oakville has a strong reputation for its educational resources, and many families have chosen to move here for the top-ranked schools and the excellent educational environment. As a result, we have witnessed a surge in population growth over the past few years, with Ward 7 located north of Dundas. So I had a chance to talk to some parents in that area when I take my children to the hockey arena in the 60-mile sports center. I had a chance to listen to their thoughts on the new schools in the boundary of northwest Oakville. I believe my ability to understand parents could be very effective in representing Oakville community as a trustee for wards 5 and 7. The last one. So I'm committed to do a positive contribution to the board if I am selected. I know I don't have time.
Thank you very much for your interest in this position. We don't have any time left. So we will be notifying all applicants once we've chosen an appointee, and I will be personally phoning that person later this evening. So please keep your phone on in case you get a phone call.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I just want to thank you again for taking time to interview me and giving me the opportunity to thank you all in person for doing a good job with our school board director and the staffs. So your dedication to preparing our children for overall success is much appreciated. Thank you so much.
We're going to take a 5-minute recess. Yeah, it's been go, go, go. So 5-minute recess. Welcome back. We will now bring forward our next candidate.
I'm going to invite Zina Almedares to come forward.
Welcome, Zina, to your interview for the position of trustee for Oakville Wards 5 and 7. Each interview is being timed and will not exceed 10 minutes. Each of the 4 questions will be read aloud by the vice chair and displayed on the screen. Pace your answers accordingly. 4 questions in a total of 10 minutes. Trustees Ahmed, Amos, and Daniele are participating remotely, so all 11 trustees are participating in these interviews.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Okay.
everyone.
Question 1. What is your understanding of the role of school board trustees?
So the trustees are community leaders, and their role in governance, budget, strategic planning, and oversight create a fair and equitable system in which all the students can learn, grow, and succeed. So the trustee must be familiarized with the board bylaw, educational act, municipal conflict of interest, and the trustee code of conduct if it is the governance law, policy, or the general policy. By saying that, the trustee should carry out their responsibility in a manner that assists in the board to fulfill the duties under the Act, also the regulation and guideline issue under that Act, included but not limited to the board's duties under the Section 169.1. Also complying with the board code of conduct, and also attending and participate in the meeting of the board. Along with that, they should bring they should consult with the parents, students, communities about the future multi-year plan. Also, they should be a great listener and communicator with the community, bringing any concern or issue from the students or the community to the board, and uphold any implementation of any board that resolution after it's passed by the board. So from my simple imaginary, I feel it is like a cycle with multiple stages, which is the listening, when you listen to all the community issues, and then the second stage coming to the action, which is the board and the board trustee, and then going to the other stage, which is the discussion and the decision, if there's any decision happen. And then after that, it will go to the uphold implementation, which is the last stage, and the cycle go on. So this is my simple interpretation.
Question 2. How familiar are you with the HCSB's 2024 to 28 multi-year strategic plan, and will you have challenges in supporting and upholding any part of it? If so, please elaborate.
So my familiarity is going back to 2016 multi-year plan. This is where I was with the Halton region and the HDSB. So I was familiar with that time with the 3 core. That's becoming in 2020 by 5 cores, and now by 6 cores in 2024 by adding the kindness, connection, and community. As a PIC member, as a PIC community member, I attended also the coffee talk with the trustees during the stage of development. And also currently, I am so proud that with the current multi-year plan, as a committee member, as a community member, and as a parent, I was part of the designing of the last poster of this multiple year plan. And also as a PIC committee member, we always are trying our best that the multi-year strategic plan is implemented, especially throughout planning of every annual PIC meeting, or a PIC conference, sorry.
Question 3. Please tell us about your experience with the HCSB, as well as your experience with any other boards, and how this will help you in the role of trustee.
Okay, so my humble experience with the HDSB, it is over 8 years. So either it is through the school council as a member or as a PIC representative, or through the HDSB PIC committee. So going with that, so as a school member, I was since 2017, I am involving in the school council in my daughter primary school until she graduated last year. And now I am the co-chair of the WAS, which is the White Oak, both of them under the Ward 5. As a parent committee member, I started as a member in 2017 as a co-chair, then chair, and now I'm back as a member. Saying that I am involving multiple places. Along with that, I am also involving in multiple HDSP committee. So I used to become in the Environment Leadership and Sustainability Committee since it started. Previously, it was called Environmental Management Team, but during the first year of the committee, we changed the name to become more soundy. And also, I was involved in multiple of the school calendar committee and the HDSPEIE Steering Advisory Committee, which is the Equity Inclusion Educational Committee. Outside that, I am part of the Ontario PIC Connection, which is connecting all the PIC member representative of all over Ontario, and also the IPEP, which is Inclusive Educational Priority and Engagement Branch Committee, which is about the PIC ministry level. Out of that, before I came to Halton and moved to Halton, I used to become a PIAC member under the TDSP. So this is in general about the HDSP and education. Other than that, professionally, I'm involved in multiple board and association, but there is not any conflict of interest with this role.
And question 4.
Yes.
What makes you stand out as the best choice to effectively represent the Oakville community as trustee for wards 5 and 7?
As I'm a part of the community for over these 8 years, and as a school council member, as the HDSP PIC committee member, I am the best fit as I'm engaging in the community in different way, and I am well known by them. Throughout the community, they reach me whenever there is any issue in any school within the HDSP, advise me on any issues, resolution strategy to help out as per the Halton District School Board chart for resolving any issue. Also, I am always in connection with the politics for the school benefit and fundraising and to help the community as much as I can. Also, as I am living in the heart of this community, which is the Ward 5 especially, and I am the neighbor of the Ward 7, I am also familiar with the race issue of these two wards, especially with the current inflation, also the cost pressure, especially 10 to 30% extra than the pre-dynamic, educational budget cuts, resources availability, the supply teacher cost, community growth. I know that especially the Ward 7, it is growing very fast, and also the school borders and infrastructure. So I want to help the community and the school board accordingly and share all my experience of all these years and help out. Also, as a profession, I am a clinical researcher, quality assurance, auditor, and inspector, and I'm a pharmacist background. So all these knowledge guide me to become compliant with all the adopted policies and laws, and also to initiate a risk-based plan and a future project to help the student, which are our future investments. Thank you so much.
There is still some time remaining in your interview. Would you like to present any supplemental information?
I think I am fine. If there's any question, can go ahead. But thank you for joining today here and accepting me to present myself. And I think most of the faces here are familiar to me through my all years with you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any questions? Go ahead, Margot.
Thanks. I just have a quick question for you. You spoke about multiple boards that you're on outside that you have no conflict of interest. Can you give some examples of what those boards might be?
Okay. So it is my profession because I'm in clinical research. So I have involved in some of the clinical research associations and some of the board that's related to the association, related to the clinical research. Yes.
Are there any other questions? Thank you very much for your interest in this position. We will be notifying all applicants once we've chosen an appointee. Please keep your phone on this evening in case you get a call.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So, trustees, our last candidate of the evening has not arrived as yet. Their scheduled time was 8:05. I know that's quite a ways from now. I'm not sure exactly how Chair and how you want to manage.
I guess we have to wait. That's what happens when people don't show up. The schedule gets truncated, unfortunately. Perhaps we can take a recess and wait until 8:05 and see what happens there. It gives you an opportunity to review your notes. I know that I had to take time yesterday after the meeting and even today to review my notes on yesterday's candidates. We don't have quite as many today, so perhaps half an hour or so to do that now would help us when we get to deliberations later.
And as soon as the candidate arrives, then we can get back to that proceeding?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Okay,
yeah.
great.
Yes,
Yes.
please stay tuned. We hopefully won't be very long, and as soon as we have our final candidate, we will get going again. Thanks very much. So we will take a recess until the candidate arrives. Welcome back. Our last candidate has arrived and we will resume our interviews. The mic is hot.
Welcome, Nasheen. Nasheen Mirza, please have a seat.
Welcome, Nasheen, to your interview for the position of trustee for Oakville, Wards 5 and 7. Each interview is being timed and will not exceed 10 minutes. Each of the 4 questions will be read aloud by the Vice Chair and displayed on the screen. Pace your answers accordingly for 4 questions in a total of 10 minutes. Trustees Ahmed, Amos, and Daniele are participating remotely, so all 11 trustees are participating in these interviews.
Hi. First question. What is your understanding of the role of school board trustee?
Hi. My understanding of a role of trustee is a representative who can act as an advocate between the community and the board to help the school education, to help the school works on these strategies effectively. I sort of see the responsibilities as they help in budget overviewing and policy settings, the accountability, and represent the community for the regulation of the system. Okay, I'm good.
You can get yourself a glass of water if it'll help. I stopped the clock for you, so just give yourself a minute. When you're ready, just go ahead.
So I'll start again, sorry. So I understand that the board trustee member is a representative that is from the community and will help and advocate on behalf of the community and people so we can emphasize more, like see the strategies and follow what is good for the education system, public education system, and how kids flourish in the education system.
Okay. Question 2. How familiar are you with the HCSB's 2024 to 28 multi-year strategic plan? And will you have challenges in supporting and upholding any part of it? If so, please elaborate.
Yes, I am aware of multi-year strategic plan 2024-2028, and I see that it has the 6 main priorities of mental health, indigenous rights, kindness, connection, and community, human rights and equality, learning, connection, and community, and environmental and global citizenship. And I see the emphasis more on the mental well-being of students in the school and how they grow. And no, I don't see any challenges on my part as of now that would not allow me to do what is needed for the board and the community. And as a parent of 2 kids, one of them is enrolled with HDSB, and the other one will start in September. So I see would be my way of giving back to the community, helping them grow and build a safe, supportive educational journey for the students and kids in the community.
Question 3. Please tell us about your experience with the HDSB, as well as your experience with any other boards, and how this will help you in the role of trustee.
So my experience with HDSB, as I mentioned that my son, he goes to one of the schools that are HDSB enrolled, and with him, the first-hand experience I have seen is how the classrooms are equipped and how they focus on the strategies and how they help every different student with what their potential is and what they need help in. So I have a good experience with that. I have always been trying to be an active member at the school, try to give all the feedbacks, listen to what the teachers say, and implement it at home with my kids as well. And And with my experiences, as I am an internationally medical graduate doctor who is on path of medical licensing in Canada, so I have an expertise for a deep understanding of mental health and how it affects kids, and what can come up with strategies and plans that can help kids to flourish through in their education system. And I have also, in past, being an educator, I used to teach medical students, anatomy to medical students. So as an educator, I understand what is needed and how much important it is to give quality work and quality to the kids, ensure that they are receiving the best as they are growing.
Okay, to move on to question 4. Okay, question 4. What makes you stand out as the best choice to effectively represent the Oakville community as trustee for wards 5 and 7?
So I would just start with my own trainings, that I'm a medical graduate that can help has a deep knowledge of mental well-being, psychiatry, and psychotherapy that can be implemented in our system to help kids grow and flourish, and how important it is to have a supportive educational environment for the kids. It's how it affects their academic and lifelong success. And I also live around in the Ward 5 and 7 area, which is what the trustee represents from. I have also I am a responsible, engaged representative who can act as a very good listener and bridge that gap that the community and the board has in between. And also, while our schools navigate through the complex situations of mental health, diversity, inclusions, and with my background, I can help whatever information and whatever strategies we plan going further. I can help and implement them with in between the community and the board.
Would you like to add any supplemental information about your lived experience or what you can bring to the role?
I can bring to the role I can bring like between the community and the board. I can be I'm always available. I can be a good listener and strategize, help think, and also put my thoughts and implements in the grounded facts rather than just thinking and seeing how those facts how the grounded facts will be implemented towards the success of the board and the community.
Thank you very much. Are there any questions for our final candidate for the day? I'm not seeing any questions. I will thank you very much for your interest in this position, and I will be notifying the chosen appointee by phone call later this evening, so please keep your ringer on in case your phone rings.
Thank you so much, and I'm sorry for being so nervous. I have never sat into a public interview like this. This is my first time.
It's perfectly fine, and it's something that you get used to. So
I know, and thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. We have reached the end of our interviews and will now move into private session for our deliberations. We will then return to public session to declare the name of the successful candidate. Trustee Amos, would you move a motion to go into Committee of the Whole private session respecting personal matters? This meeting
Yes,
is
I
not
will.
open to the public pursuant to Education Act 2072. Trustee Bryden, would you second this motion?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Are there any objections to moving into private session? Seeing none, the motion is passed by unanimous consent, and we are now in private session. We will take a 10-minute recess to allow trustees to gather their thoughts and refresh themselves. Welcome back to the public session of the meeting of the Board of Trustees for the Halton District School Board for April 30th, 2025. The next item on our agenda is the approval of business transacted in Committee of the Whole private session. We have one item from private session this evening. Be it resolved that Audrey Wubbenhorst be appointed as the trustee for Oakville, Wards 5 and 7, and be sworn in no later than June 30, 2025. Trustee Amos, would you like to move this motion?
It would be my honor.
And the seconder, Trustee Gray. By show of hands, please cast your votes.
Yes.
My vote is a yes.
Yes.
That passes unanimously. Thank you very much. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I'd like to extend my congratulations to Audrey Wubbenhorst and welcome her to the Halton District School Board of Trustees. We have reached Section 6, adjournment, and as our agenda is exhausted, I call this meeting adjourned. Thank you very much for all your service in this last couple of days. Good work.
Good job, Kelly.
And Kelly, just want to say thank you, Kelly, for everything that you have done. I know this is a very emotional time for you.